Hello student of class 10. Today I am going to start with the industry chapter that is there in your Indian portion on your syllabus. So India is basically a developing nation and its economy is mainly based on agriculture. 60%, near about 60% of the population of India is related to this agriculture. In spite of being a agricultural country, or in spite of being dominated by the agriculture in the economic sector, India also has developed in the industrial sector too. So let us start with the industry today. So first is the factor for the location of the industry. So there are different factors needed to set up the industry. So you can see in the screen, seven factors are being mentioned over here, that is raw material, labor, capital, market, then power, land and transport. All these factors has got an immense important role to play in the location or setup of any industry. So the first one that I'm going to start is with the raw material. Okay, so raw material is one of the fundamental thing that is required for the initiation of any industry. For example, you take the example of any sugar mill to a large iron and steel industry. Everywhere the main important thing that is required is the raw material to do the production. Okay, next is labor. Labor is another very important factor for the development or initiation of any industry. Adequate labor force is essential for the smooth running of any industries. There are different types of the labor that are needed for any kind of the industries, like there are some divisions are also there. Those who have the managerial skill, they are involved in the management of the management sector of the industry. Those who are very good with the machineries, they are involved with the machinery part or in the actions of running of the machines in the industry. So there are a lot of sectors in the industry present where a different number or different type of or different categories of the laborers are required to do the or to run the industry. Okay, next another important factor is power. Power supplies or electrical power supplies is one of the vital for certain industries like electronic industry, refinery industry, but these industries were not always located near the power sector, but the electricity is being transmitted by the high tension wire to the industries through the from the surrounding location of the powerhouse that are present over there. This power is very much needed over there to run the machineries. If the machineries were not running or were not in the situation to run properly, then no production will take place. So the power is one of the important factor for any industry. Next is the land. Land is another important factor. So for settlement of or development or of any industries required this plain land which is suitable for the development of the infrastructure of the industries, and again that land the land should be located in a certain location from where the raw materials or the source of the raw materials are very much nearer, so that extra cost the industry don't have to take for bringing of the raw materials, and where the powerhouse is nearby or where the labor force is also very much available. So land is another very much important factor for the location of any industries. Next is the transport. Transport, a well-knit network of the roadways and the railways is necessary for supplying of the raw materials from the fields to these factories, or transporting of the finished good from the factories to the markets after the production is being done. So all these are being carried throughout the help of this transport system. So yes, transport is again another important factor for the location of the industries. Next is the market. Market is one of the most important factor for the industries. Why? Because after the production of the finished good, we need to sell off them, or we need to sell the finished product that has been produced in the industries. Okay, so this market plays a very important role. How? Because market actually determine the type of the product that are going to be manufactured in the industries. For example, I am setting up an industry, or I am setting up an electronic industry, for example. So I am producing something whose cost is 10,000 rupees, and I have set it up the industry in such a location where say for example a rural India. I'm taking the example of rural India, where the people are very poor. They have on say about 2,000 rupees per month, or 2,000 rupees annually or yearly. Their income is 2,000 rupees. Okay, and I have developed electronic industry in that rural sector of India. Okay, and I'm producing a item, or I'm producing an electronic goods for whose cost is 10,000 rupees. Okay, but the market that is I'm getting over there, the people don't have the capacity, or don't have that eligibility, or don't have that adequate amount of money to buy the product that I am selling about. So market always plays a very vital role in the factor of location of the industry, and industry is always being set up based on the structure of the market, based on the people, how the people of those area, or what is the capacity, earning capacity, or what is the purchasing power of the people in the nearby market. Okay, so there are different types of the industries based on the market. For example, some industries are located very near to the market, like those industries which produce food items. Okay, food items, they will be located obviously near to the market, because those goods are perishable goods which are going to get rotten up very fast. That's why they need to locate their industries near the market region. There are some industries like the iron and steel industries. They don't need to exactly be placed near very near to a market area. They can be placed to a far distance from the market area, because their goods can be carried, and those goods are not perishable in nature. Next one is the capital. No industry can be developed without sounding financial banking. Okay, the finance may be provided by the large companies, or the private investors, or the government, but from starting from the purchase of the factory site to the erection of the workshops and the offices, buying of the raw materials, then the giving wages to the workers, promotion of the finished good, everything requires money. So yes, money is one of the important factor for the development, or for the location of the development of any industry. Okay, one factor is not being mentioned over here, that is water. Okay, so there are certain industries like the iron and steel industry, thermal power generation, then paper pulp industries, etc. Requires a huge amount of the water, a large amount of the water for processing of the raw materials, and also for the cooling of the machineries. So they require a huge amount of the water, and this water is being provided from the nearby river banks or from the lakes. So there are certain industries which needs to be located near some water sources. Okay, so water also plays an important role in the location of the industries. Next, we are going to see about the type of raw materials. Okay, raw materials are basically of two types. One is pure or non-weight losing raw materials. What is a pure or non-weight losing raw material? The pure or non-weight losing raw material is the raw materials whose weight remains same even after the manufacturing process. Means, for example, I am taking for example, I am taking 100 grams of cotton to produce a piece of cloth, one single piece of cloth. Okay, so when I'm using or when I'm processing the cotton in the industry, its weight is 100 gram, and when I'm getting the output from the industry, when the cotton is, or when the cloth is being made, it is seen that the weight of the cloth remains same, means the weight of the cloth is also 100 gram. So during the time of the processions of during the time of the processing, when the cotton is being processed to form to make the clothes, at that point of the time the raw material didn't lose its weights. Okay, means there is no impurities present in that raw material, that's why it doesn't lose its weight. Okay, and another example is like, for example, jute. Okay, jute is also an example of the pure raw material. I am using 100 kg of jute to produce one bag. Okay, so when I am using the jute, its weight is 100 kg. When I am 1 kg of the jute is being processed in the industries and one bag is made. So when I'm taking the weight of the bag after the processing is being done, I'm seeing that the weight of the bag is also 1 kg. So this means that the jute is a pure raw materials where there is no impurities present over here. So during the time of the processing, no material is being lost. Okay, that's why we call this as a pure or non-weight losing raw materials. Next is another type is impure or weight losing material. So what is a impure or weight losing material? The raw materials lose weight after the manufacturing. We call those type of the raw material as that impure or weight losing materials. Example is iron ore or the sugar. For example, I am taking 100 kgs of sugar cane to produce, I am taking this in a food processing industry to produce the juices from it. Okay, so when I produce the juice after the processing is being done in the food processing industries, I see that from 100 kg of 10 kgs of this sugar cane, I am getting only 5 kg of juice. So from there you can understand that during the time of the procession, most of the thing is being cut down or being reduced down. Okay, so this is why we are calling this as a impure or weight losing. For example, iron is also there during when the iron is being taken to the industries where the processing is done to form different types of the materials. During that point of time also the impurities are present in the iron ore, so there are different chemicals are being used to remove that impurities from the irons. Okay, so next we are going to see the classification of industries based on the raw materials. Okay, so the first one that we are going to see over here is the agro-based industry. What is an agro-based industry? Agro-based industry is an industry where the raw materials come from the agricultural products, or those types of the industries which use agricultural products to produce any kind of the thing. We are calling that as the agro-based industries. Example is cotton textile industry, jute industry. Okay, next is animal based industry. So what is an animal based industry? The industries where animals are used, means animals, not directly animals, like animal skin or hide or milk or any portions of the animals are being used to produce any output or finished products. We are calling this as the animal based industry. For example, in the leather industry, the hide of the animals or the skin of the animals are being used to produce the leather, and in the dairy industry the milk is being used to in the dairy industry. Okay, next is our forest based industry. So what is a forest based industry? The industry where the raw materials from this forest is being taken and processed, and then any output product is coming. We are calling this as the forest based industries. Means those industries which is using the forest product, we are calling as the forest based industry. Example is paper and furniture. In both of this, wood from the forest is being used, processed, and from there paper and the furniture is being manufactured. The last one is the mineral based industry. So what is the mineral based industry? The industry where minerals are used, we are calling this as the minerals based industry. Example, iron and steel industry, then the petrochemical industry. Both of these industries we are using minerals to produce different kinds of the products. So this is called the mineral based industry. So the industry, so what we learn from this, that there are, so the raw materials are of two types. One is a pure raw material and another one is the impure raw material, and this pure from both this pure and the impure raw materials are being used in different types of the industry. So that we have 4 different types of the industry. One is an agro based industry, then we have animal based industry, next is the forest based industry, and last one is the mineral based industry. Okay, so this is the end of this video. You have any problem, please mention in the comment section, and thank you everyone.